Let us look at the problem statement 2 using if else statement. Suppose there's a company XYZ wants to increment their employee salaries. So they have certain kind of a criteria. So they're just considering their department and then the number of years experience in order to decide the increment percentage. So if they belong to development and if their experience is greater than 5 years or 5 to 10 years, so they just want to give 7% increment. Or if they are in testing and their experience is within 5 to 10 years and they want to give 6% increment. Or if they are in the development department and if their experience is 0 to 5 years, then they want to give 15% increment. Or if they are in the testing and their experience is from 0 to 5 years and they want to give 12% increment. So now as a programmer, you need to calculate what is the total salary. So how do you basically write the program? Here, if you understand the conditions that what we need to check for an employee is what department he belongs to and what experience category he belongs to, and based on that you have an increment percentage. So if you know the total salary of an employee and know his department and experience, then you can calculate the incremented salary. So let us write a program for this to understand how do you solve this problem using if else statement.
Hey, thanks for watching our content so far. If you're new to Training Mark, we're the fastest growing technology training company and create content to help freshers like you to master the disruptive technologies like full stack development, AML, cloud, DevOps, etc. If you like the content so far, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon not to miss any new content from us. Like and share this video with all your friends. Let's build your career and the community together.
To demonstrate this, I'm now taking a new Java class and then give this as calculate incremented salary using if else. So I'm just adding if else here, or you can use calculate incremented salary. So I'm just taking the class. So now let me take the main method, and if you understand here what are the details that we need in order to solve this problem. First and foremost, we need employee salary, okay, and then employee department and employee experience, so that we can calculate his incremented salary. So if you look at the problem statement, as part of the problem statement, so they have given something like this, experience and then the increment, right? So now if I consider this, so first if it is development, so then the experience is between 5 to 10, then the increment is 7%. And then if they are in testing, then if the experience is 5 to 10, guys, you can consider different considerations here. I'm just taking a simple consideration to solve this problem using if else. So if I say from 1 to 5, okay, then I'm going to give it 15% increment. If they are in testing, or 0 to 5, you can take whatever. So 1 to 5, so I'm just giving 12% increment. So this is what is basically the problem statement. Then I need to calculate the total salary after the increment. So first, to take the input, I'm just using my scanner class is equal to new scanner of system.in. So now I'm writing my out statement to say that enter employee salary, or before that what I do, I'll just ask it to enter department. So guys, the department will be development, but here in short, the development, I'll represent this with a single character called D, and then the testing, I will represent this with a single character called T, and then this also will be D. Since we did not understand strings, so I'm just using this simple one, and this also will be my testing, right? So this you can format however you want. So now this is what is my increment. So first I'm now taking the department as a character. So we already discussed how do we take the department, right, as a character input. So we'll see sc.next dot caret of 0 because it gives you string, and then we need only the first character. And while you enter also, you need to enter capital D or capital T only. or if you enter development or testing, it will take only D and then T. So now then what is the other details I need is S out. Say enter employee experience. Okay, so now here I'll say that in byte experience is equal to sc dot next byte. So then I'm going to say S out. I'll say enter employee salary. So we need salary. So then I'm just going to say float salary is equal to sc dot next float. So I'm just taking float, or you can take double for precision. So here I'm just using float. So now after entering this, I need to check the condition. If the department is D, okay, now if the department is D and the experience, right, is in between 5 to 10. So how do I say this? So again I need to write a condition here. Experience is greater than or equal to 5 and experience is less than or equal to 10. So guys, you have to be very careful here. So while you are writing this, now I'll say department, right? So the department D, right, is first condition. And to have more readability, what I do, I'll just add this as one condition. But these two conditions should be embedded within this one, right? So I just put it up something like this. Now if, okay, now you need to match, this is open, this is closed here, and this is open, this is closed here, and this is open, and this is what is closed here, right? So now what I can do here is, I need to close this one. So what I need to do here is, so I need to define the increment percentage here, right? So now I'll say that here as byte increment percentage, or if it is in float, you can take float percentage. So now what I do here, I'll just say increment percentage is equal to 7 because we're using 7%, right? Else if, right, I'll say department double equals to D, right? So I can use this logic here. I'll just simply copy paste, Control C, and then do a Control V, right? So now what I do to have a more readability, so I will say this is if the experience is between 1 and 5, so greater than or equal to 1 and then less than or equal to 5, then the increment percentage is going to be 15, right? So this is what is 15. Else if, I'm now copy pasting this here, okay, and then I'm checking in another condition here, else if. So now here if the department is testing and then experience is between 5 to 10 years, right? So then the increment percentage is going to be 6%. And if the department is testing and experience is between 1 and 5, the increment percentage is 12. So this if else ladder will decide how much of increment that you need to give for an employee based on his department and as well as experience. Now once you calculate this, or once you define increment percentage, then I can calculate his total salary. So how do you calculate the total salary? So I can say total salary plus equals, right? So now I will say salary into increment percentage divided by 100. So what basically this will do, okay, so now this increment percentage is byte, okay. So now what basically it is saying here, you see a very important point here. So we have written if, else if, but we did not use else here, right? So that's why what it is saying, hey, if all these conditions are false, your increment percentage might not have been initialized, right? You see here we did not write the last else here. That's the reason what it is saying. It is saying that variable increment percentage might not have been initialized, right? So in all other situations, if you say the increment percentage is equal to just 3% or whatever you write, so now then it is going to be something like this. So now let us understand this. So now it is saying, hey, if I want to calculate this total salary is equal to plus equals to, right? Sorry, it should not be like this. So the total salary is going to be salary plus, or we are using compound assignment if you want to update the salary, right? So then you can do salary plus equals to as a compound assignment, but we are just using a total salary variable. So we'll say salary plus salary into increment percentage by 100. So this is what is total salary. So I can say that now the total salary after the increment, right, of the particular employee is plus the total salary, right? So now this is what is the logic, right? So now we are defining the increment percentage. We're calculating salary plus the bonus, the incremented percentage as a total salary, and then we're printing it. So now let me run this. So let me run this code to see. First I'll enter the department as D, okay? Then I'll enter the experience as 8, okay? Now let me go by condition by condition. So this is what is the first condition, true. Then 7%, right? So now after this it asks me to enter the salary which I'm giving 10,000, right? So 7% increment. So what I need to get, 7% is 700. So what I need to get, the total salary after the increment is 10,700. So this is what is the first case. So now the second case, I'm entering the department D, right? Then I'm entering the experience as 3 years, and then I'm entering the salary as 10,000 just to demonstrate. Now it is 15% increment. So now what I got is, now you see 11,500, right? So now this is also is executing properly. Now let us run against this condition. So let me run this, and then here I'll just give the department as testing and enter employee experience between 5 to 10. So I'm entering 8 years. Then I'm entering 10,000 as a salary. So then it is going to be 6%. So 600 is an increment. So 10,600. So this is also working fine. So then I will check for this condition. So let me run this and enter testing. Then 3 years, salary is 10,000. So it's going to be 12% increment. So I'm just going to get 11,200, which is a 12% increment. So in all the other situations, the increment percentage is going to be 3. So now if I run this code, so suppose I enter any other department, right? So now I'll enter the QA. So now I'll say enter experience is some 5 years or whatever that I'll enter. So let me say 10,000 again. So what I get is just 3%. So then I got 10,300. So this is what you can solve these kind of problems using if else statement.